Our next speaker has come to us to give greetings from the Nevada Agricultural Teacher Association. She is currently the president of the NATA. She graduated with her bachelor's from UNR and received her master's in science from the California State University, Cal Poly. She is married with 2 kids, and I know that her ag students from Winnemucca love her. Nevada Agriculture, please join me in welcoming Mrs. Rebecca Hill to the stage.
General session of the 83rd Nevada State FFA Convention from NATA. So what exactly is NATA and what do we do? Well, we're the Nevada Ag Teachers Association. Every one of your teachers is a part of this association. We meet twice a year. We develop curriculum and standards for the classes that you take. We're also in the process of developing assessments for your career pathways. Many of us attend regional and national ag teacher conferences where we advocate for ag education, and we also attend professional development. 2 new teachers this year to our association is Michelle Burrows from AACT and Steve Dilley from Carson High School. We have 2 new programs this year, McDermott with Jennifer Montero and Capital FFA with Steve Dilley. On a personal note, I would like to encourage each of you to work hard in everything that you do in life. My quote that I tell my students, you get out of it what you put into it. If you put a little, you're only going to get a little out of it. If you put a lot, you'll get a whole lot out of it. Grasp the opportunities that come your way and have faith in yourself. Step out of your comfort zone and meet new people, as the friends you meet this week and at other FFA events will become your lifelong friends. Last but not least, whether you plan on being a teacher, a nurse, a mechanic, or whatever profession you choose, always be an advocate and supporter for agriculture. Thank you, and have a great rest of the evening.
Thank you so much for your inspiring words. Please accept this as a token of our appreciation. Now we are going to hear from the prepared public speaker. I have the pleasure to introduce an individual who is being honored for her ability to pick an agricultural topic and write a 6 to 8 minute memorized speech, followed by a series of rigorous questions presented by a panel of judges. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating this year's prepared public speaker winner, Clarissa Johnson from the Wells FFA chapter.
Blue bunch wheatgrass? Check. Larkspur? Got it. Spiny hawsage? There it is. I check off range plants as I pass by them, amidst the sagebrush and the dirt. I trot through countless range sites this way, mostly in the freezing cold, and identify dozens of sites with my FFA range judging team. Some sites I observe are very productive and support a strong ecosystem. The land is dominated by a variety of healthy plants, and animal life flourishes everywhere. Other sites support only cheatgrass and seem practically dead. In comparing ecosystems I've evaluated, I have noticed that a majority of the healthy range sites are grazed, while the dying, unproductive sites are not. I realize now a strong correlation between careful grazing and healthy rangeland. Rangeland that is not grazed fosters dying ecosystems and invasive weeds, while carefully grazed rangeland is healthier, is the home of more diverse plants and animals, is more profitable to farmers and ranchers, and allows for less destructive and expensive wildfires. Before we can talk about the advantages of grazing, we must understand how grazing actually benefits the rangeland. 2 professors from the Department of Rangeland Ecology at the University of Idaho stated that grazing animals can provide effective weed control and can improve pasture quality. Think about the range as being your backyard. Plants consumed by bovine animals out on the rangeland act a lot like your grass. If you don't mow your lawn, the quality of grass in your yard will decrease. The grass will grow long and dry, weeds will spring up, your lawn will look ugly, and your neighbors will complain. But if you mow your lawn, your grass will be of higher quality, fresh, green, and weed and complaint-free. This concept is also true for rangeland. In an ungrazed wilderness, low-quality, dry, dead grass full of weeds will dominate, and the area won't be fit for anything. But, like mowing your lawn, if rangeland is grazed appropriately, it will be the home of fewer weeds and more high-quality, productive grass. This grass will grow thicker and faster, providing more feed. A great example of this is the Cross Ranch, located in northeastern Nevada. Years ago, the Cross Ranch was very well maintained. An average of 3,000 tons of hay was produced there each year, and the land was very healthy and productive. The ranch was eventually sold to the BLM and was no longer grazed or used to produce hay. The lack of browsing cattle resulted in the once healthy ranch becoming overrun by unwanted willows and other weeds. Unharvested clumps of old grass prevented new grass from growing and took over more delicate native grass areas. The dry, jam-packed land is practically useless now unless it can carefully be regrown as rangeland. A study of the history of grazing in the American West can teach us to create a healthy grazing equilibrium. In 1934, the Taylor Grazing Act was established in Western America. This act permitted agriculturists to buy the right to graze public lands for long periods of time. Ranchers were motivated to be good stewards of their allotments because they felt a sense of ownership and knew they would be using the same land every year. Agriculturists didn't abuse the rangeland through overgrazing because they didn't want to hurt their revenue or the long-term use of that land. Animal unit months, or AUMs, were set to reasonable amounts, and the agriculturists involved were happy to accommodate. This arrangement worked really well, but since then, things have changed. Beginning in the 1970s, federal agencies have steadily reduced the amount of AUMs allowed on public land. For example, in Nevada, where approximately 84% of the land is owned by the federal government, the amount of permitted AUMs was reduced by about 600,000 in a 28-year period. This reduction led to an excess of low-quality dry forage, which had a very destructive side effect: wildfires. The amount of acres burned in America each year has shot up incredibly since the grazing policy change. For example, according to the National Interagency Fire Center, in 1975 in the U.S., less than 1.8 million acres were burned in wildfires. In 2000, more than 8 million acres were burned. That was the highest amount of acres burned in one year for 50 years. In 2005, we beat that record again. And in 2006, almost 10 million acres were burned in wildfires and are still burning today at similar rates. This increase in fires directly correlates with a decrease of grazing on public land. In the 60s and 70s, when grazing was adequate, patches where lightning had struck could be seen on the rangeland. These patches usually only filled about the same amount of space as your house does. The spark of these fires couldn't easily jump from bush to bush without the aid of extra grass to energize the fire. As a result, these fires usually remained very small and often died out on their own for lack of fuel. Today, it is not uncommon to hear about huge, million-acre fires being fought across the country. For example, in 2007, the Murphy Complex fire was started by lightning. Fire raged through Nevada and Idaho, burning more than 652,000 acres. This fire killed millions of innocent small animals, polluted the atmosphere for months, and cost a great deal of money. The burned land had to be reseeded to avoid being overrun by weeds, and it was unusable during that time. Restrictions set on grazing rights by government agencies make fires like this one possible. If cows are allowed to fully utilize the rangeland of America, the huge problem of wildfires will be greatly diminished, and our rangelands will be healthier and much improved. The solution is simple. We must return to a system similar to the original Taylor Grazing Act that allows a higher amount of grazing on public land. Increased grazing will result in higher quality, more beautiful, and more useful public land. We need to return to a balance between plants, wildlife, and livestock. We need to go back to pre-1970 wildfire levels by allowing more grazing on public ranges. We need to trust the farmers and ranchers of this country and allow them to be stewards of the land. If more cooperation can exist between government agencies and agriculturists, a solution can be reached. If the equilibrium of grazing is achieved, destructive fires will be reduced, the industry of agriculture will benefit, and the delicate ecosystems on our beautiful rangelands will be restored.
Thank you for sharing your speech with us. Clarissa will be representing Nevada this fall at National Convention in Indianapolis. We wish you the best of luck with your speech. Now, I would like to take a moment to recognize the group of members who helped make our idea of state convention become a reality. From shining spotlights to moving giant archers or chairs, members do all the behind-the-scenes work that makes our convention a success. While we may not see you, your hard work does not go unnoticed. Nevada FFA, please put your hands together for the Courtesy Corps. Please welcome the Courtesy Corps coordinator, Stacy Schwann, to receive a gift of our appreciation and present the Courtesy Corps members with their pins. Thank you for all your hard work, Stacy. Please welcome our appreciation.
Looking good, Stacy.
So this year we decided to do something a little different, and we had a few members who decided to dedicate their whole convention to making Courtesy Corps work. So if we could have the stage lights dimmed so that all of our shining stars will be recognized. The first one I have from Paranagit Valley is Andy. Okay, the next one we have is Clayton. He's also from Paranagit Valley. And then we have two very charming ladies from Oahe. We have Marla and Shandine. And if we could please get the house lights on. It's okay, they can't hear me. So if you guys helped me out this week, whether you were passing out fortune cookies or if you directed children to go to the right door, could you please come on stage and say your name and what chapter you're from?
I'm Bobby Fagundes, and I'm from Churchill County. Trevor DeMasi, I'm from Churchill County. Jake Olson, Churchill County. Skyler, Churchill County. Kyle Olson, Churchill County. Garrett Archuleta, Churchill County. Ben Purvis, Sierra Nevada.
Dalton Wright, Smith Valley.
Sam Versace, Smith Valley. Casper Erickson, Smith Valley.
Logan Light, Silver Sage.
Katie Lee from Woodland Pioneer, California.
Joe Martin from Woodland Pioneer in California.
Clay Mulder from Churchill County.
Kayla Arias from Churchill County.
Quincy Newford, Churchill County.
Sierra Sage, Churchill County.
Maya Thomas, Duck Valley. Casey Horse, Duck Valley. Ariana Gardapi, Duck Valley.
So once again, let's get a round of applause for all those who've been helping this state convention.
Thank you, Stacy.